What up, people? It's Weem coming to you from a GS 500 and a traffic jam. What a bunch of c***s.
Riders on the stone.
It's quite funny, the attitude of some different people when you're on a bike like this. I mean, for example, when I'm kind of interested in having a look at a naked bike. Woohoo! Naked! I stopped in a couple of dealers. I was going to have a look at the Speed Triple, and I wanted to go to BMW and have a look at the S1000. Just as something a bit different, because there's a possibility that my other half, the Shmoo, she might actually start riding on the back, which would be cool if she does, but she can't go in the back of the Fireblade. Partially because I've got this no seat on it anymore. I've got the seat cowl, and also I took the rear foot pegs off and they're to put back on again, but there's no way I'm stripping down the back end and splitting my subframe just to put them back on again. Also, I might be commuting more to work and I don't want to use the Fireblade for that, so I might look at getting something that's maybe a bit less fussy about being ridden short distances and keep the Fireblade good, and then have like a knockabout bike that I can just go down to shops with, kind of thing, you know. So obviously the S1000R would be ideal for that. But I still want to have a look at a couple of other bikes. So I might go look at the M209. But that and the Triumph, they've got the Speed Triple. They do the Speed Triple 1050, which is a bit of a beast. I don't know if it's actually too much bike, that. I mean, the seat unit on it is just ridiculous. Actually, it looks fatter at the back than an R1. So, yeah, but it's funny, people's perception when you turn up on a bike that's not that you'd expect for somebody asking about these bikes. So, I mean, I turned up at the Triumph dealer, and I'm not going to say which Triumph dealer it was. They never even said hello to me when I came in the door. And I wandered around for about 20 minutes. You know, I could just go up and say, can you tell me a bit about this or that? But then there's that bit of me that got to the point, I've been waiting for so long that I was getting a bit like, you know, you, come to me instead. It's just common courtesy, isn't it, that when you walk into a shop, you're greeted by the shop staff, even if they just say, is there anything in particular I can help you with today? And I could say, no, I'm just browsing, or I could say, yeah, I'm here to look at the 675, and at least they can steer you in the right direction. And if they're in the middle of doing something, say, well, if you have a look at these over here, then I'll be with you in 5 or 10 minutes. That's fine, you know what I mean? But to completely ignore you for about 20 minutes is a bit shit. You gotta admit, as far as customer services goes. I'd be interested to know if that's kind of how they deal with their customers once they've actually sold them a bike. But in BMW, they said hello and stuff, and they were quite welcoming. And one in particular that obviously I got chatting to him when I went outside to have a look at the S1000R. It's like, looked at that and I said, yeah, that's what I'm riding today. And I can see him like visibly kind of withdraw a little bit, and it's like, right. And it's like, I've got a Fireblade, honest. It's like, it's not being serviced, I can't help it. I know it's a piece of shit. Talking about perspective, there was a discussion the other day I saw about squids and do they make you angry, and if so, why? And I can kind of understand that, sorry about this, but f*** that shit. I mean, I'm of the opinion that, you know, it's no skin off my back, pardon the pun, if you came off the bike and you weren't wearing any gear. But at the same time, it does sort of bother me. And I don't understand why, because really it's none of my business. I mean, it's different when it's like a young kid, if they're on like a 125 or something. There's one kid I spoke to at a set of traffic lights, and I pointed out, like, you know, no gloves or anything, and he was like, yeah, I just bought the bike, I can't afford it. What are you doing, kind of thing. Yeah, I get it, I can understand it, you're young and you might not have a lot of money, but still, it's an insurance policy for your skin, basically. It's too risky to not do it. And it did make me think, I think I understand now why some people get so angry about people that don't wear any gear or anything like that. So it's almost as if by not wearing the gear, it's almost like you're not one of us. One of us, one of us. That's the only reason I can think of why some people get really kind of f***ed off about it. Because it is really none of anyone else's business what you get up to. It's not affecting anyone else other than the person themselves. So I can't understand why people get angry about it. Even like, I mean, I wear jeans, I wear Kevlar jeans. But that's acceptable, that's fine. I mean, you do get subsets, like you get your Harley riders and they've all got their Harley jackets and Imagine what a Harley rider would be like if they was just wearing sleeveless t-shirt, flip-flops, a Hawaiian shirt in London. You know what I mean? It would just be, yeah. I think it is just that. It's to do with being in the uniform rather than actually protecting your skin. Swing to the right, make sure nobody pulls out on me. On a plus note, talking in perception, I've noticed that people nodding hasn't increased or decreased. There's still the same amount of ignorant f***ers out there that aren't nodding at me. It's because they're a bunch of c***s. And that's it, it's part of the biker thing, isn't it? We're all in it together, we say hello to each other. And I suppose that's a question for you guys, is if you see somebody that's a squidder, do you still nod a hello to them? Or are you so disgusted that you completely, well, you don't completely ignore them, but you just don't give them the greet back? So, let us know in the comments below. Come on.